weave things together. It's just like long form storytelling. Yeah, sure. But we're gonna just start this match because it's a match.
Yeah, like I turn on AEW like 2 minutes late, like I always do, because I hate Big Bang Theory more than anything in the world. So I refuse to watch the last 30 fucking seconds of that show.
Yeah. Fun with flags.
They needed TBS. You need a better lead in and a better lead out too. So I got in 2 minutes late, and I'm like, I text the group chat, "Hey guys, I'm late. Why are Jay Lethal and Adam Cole having a match right now?" Crickets.
Because wrestling.
I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's just
showcasing big wrestling. You gotta care about this because you know their names. Wrestling. And I was like, I don't understand this. And I did want to also touch on the point. Better lead ins and lead outs. Listen here. When USA hits you with SVU or Chicago Fire right into 2.0 or Raw, you're fucking in there. And then they drop you out with some Temptation Island? Motherfucker, I ain't never changing. USA is the shit. I want to see relationships get ruined on a fucking daily. You know how
you're not gonna tempt me.
Right. Yes, we are. I'm about to suck some dick. Like, yes. You know what's happening. Every time, the delusional people, I don't know what takes more suspension of belief. The art of wrestling or the fact that people are coming in thinking, you know what? We're going to be perfect because this experience is going to make us stronger.
Oh, my
God. Fuck out of here. You getting fucked. Your relationship is over. And then you might as well just watch some 2.0 while you're here because this shit is lit.
Yeah.
AEW, figure it out. Because the Big Show, Go Big Show, no, I don't like any of that. It's as generic as the episode.
John Cena's Wipeout.
Love that shit. I watched that yesterday. I was like, I don't even like this show. But I seen people get contorted and twisted in ways that I couldn't believe. And I was like, oh, you all need chiropractors. This is amazing. Every one. It was like torture porn. And I was crying every time. I was like, oh my God. So this is sorry to bother you.
I left that on
We are
yesterday.
idiots and we love to watch people just get smacked in the face. I love it.
So I left that on the other day and like Wipeout was on. I'm just watching it. Same reason as you, E. Just people getting fucked up. And then I realized I'm like, incredible. I've never seen a winner to this show, and I don't think I care.
How do you win? Who wins? The audience. Just us. No one wins. It's like
no one wins.
It's like, wait, hold on. How do y'all even score this show? Because I'm literally just watching people get knocked off of shit.
I've never seen anybody complete it.
And then it's just like, look, it'll just give you a time. I've seen people fall off the obstacles and get better times than the people that completed it. And I was like, wait, there's no penalty? Like, we're used to watching a challenge where you fall off disqualified or you don't count and now you got to battle it out to the death or some shit in order to stay on the island. Wipeout literally just punch you in the face. Here, get crushed on your balls, slip, smack your face, splash in water. Oh, great job. Let's interview, make a couple jokes. Nicole Byer's going to say something. John Cena's going to say something back. More people getting fucked up.
There's
back to you,
better
Jim.
Than that one little obstacle where it's just like this huge balloon just blowing up in your face. Fucking hilarious every time.
Hilarious.
Oh, man. Let's reel it back to wrestling.
Which is much better.
Before we get there, J-Mo, have you started Temptation Island yet?
No, it's on the DVR. I'll probably watch it tonight.
On the first episode, this dude looks at this girl and says, yeah, you know, life's about wavelengths. And I was like, yes.
She believes in crystals. And you was like, oh, she about to give up.
Hey, did you see the chick with the Sailor Moon tattoo in the middle?
I didn't. I gotta rewatch it because I was sorry. Shameless self-promotion. The most recent episode of Binge Flicks and Chill is out right now, starring myself, Free, Smiles, and For All Nerds. Yes, DJ Benjamin and Tatiana King. And I was able to talk to him. So I was up all night, like creating the little graphic for it to go out. So I didn't really watch. I was too busy like doing that shit and probably doing my taxes like Ness. That's what's hot in the street right now. You doing your taxes? Yes, that is exactly what I was doing.
Playboy.
So Right. So that's what I was doing, but I will go back and watch it. But me and J-Mo have an affinity for girls that really believe in the crystals and like moon washing and stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I think this season's going to be better, but this is not a Temptation Island podcast. If you guys would like to start one, I am okay with that because that show is amazing and I think it deserves a breakdown. But back to much less entertaining television, AEW.
Can I say one thing really quick?
It better not be about Columbus. I will fucking
kill you. The Four Nerds podcast. Her name is Tatiana King. Is that her name? She fucks my shit up. I thought she was hilarious.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
He fucks my shit up.
Yeah. She as she said on the episode, check out her Instagram, and her Cash App is. That's all I'll say, and we'll leave it at that. Back to AEW, guys.
All right, so here we go. Another match. No lead-in. CM Punk versus Dax Harwood. Happening.
Right.
Why? What? Why?
What?
Okay. Yeah. Again, another good match. Solid match.
I enjoyed it.
Don't expect anything less. But why, though? J-Mo, give me the why to that match.
I don't know. As the AEW fan on this pod, I have no idea why it happened, but I enjoyed it. It's just like watching Pirates for the first time. I have no idea why I watched it, but I enjoyed it.
You know why you watched it.
But you know why you enjoyed it, too.
Right? This is like... okay.
It's like watching Pirates without the moment of clarity after you're done.
Well, it's like that, or it's like watching Pirates with four other dudes. I don't know why we're doing this, but I enjoyed it.
Now there you go. That is excellent. Thank you. Because that is absolutely what it is. It's like, I don't know how we got here, but this can continue. I'm not telling you to turn it off because it's here now. I gotta watch it. I feel compelled, but I would not have just suggested this out of the blue. I need to no backstory. It's just like, oh, that's happening. How did they even get to this apartment? I don't know. That's what AEW is for me. Like it's pretty good shit, but it's hard to kind of care about as much because I don't understand. And I think maybe they're 3-4 years in now. 3 years in. I give them some slack. Cut them some slack for that because regardless, we're starting to really see now WWE's formula works, and that's the gift and the curse of it. So it works, but sometimes they don't deviate when they should because they know their formula works. So AEW is trying to be so different, but sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just make an electric vehicle instead of a gas one.
Yep.
That's it. Like we still want to ride, we still want to roll, but we don't need new wheels. No one's asked for new wheels. Just more fuel efficient car, just a better car, or a car that when keeps me safe and it doesn't cost me billions of dollars. You know what I mean? And I think AEW is like, no, our wheels want to be square because it's gotta be. And it's like
it's gotta be different.
But no one's asking for that. So I think that's the biggest takeaway I have. Like AEW is trying to do different things and they're trying to be a little bit more edgy, which sometimes comes across good, as we'll talk about. But yeah, I think I as much as we complained about the segments starting from Raw and SmackDown always started with like a 10-minute promo package or some shit, or somebody interrupting somebody. I like that. And I think I missed that when AEW just starts a fucking match. Hey, it's AEW. We're on Dynamite. And now ring the bell. I'm like, wait, who?
But I wouldn't even have as big of a problem with it if it mattered to somebody's story or not. Like
that, but that's
the
all.
The show started off with CM Punk and Dax Harwood. They have nothing to do with each other at all.
And they're not going to have anything to do with each other. It's just like, oh, that was the match. All right, we just needed to keep it going somehow. And it's like, yes, they're great wrestlers, both great wrestlers, but why? Or have him it's so simple. And this is what I'm talking about. It's like, just be WWE light. That's it. Like, you don't have to go full on evil. You don't have to be the Diet Coke of evil.
Uh-huh.
Just give us CM Punk cutting a promo about, things. Dax comes out. Man, shut up. We're all tired of hearing you. It's like, oh, really? You want to go right now? Bam. That took all of 10 minutes. Less even. And they're only working with so much time. That's not a really good excuse for me. I know the diehards will want to pull out your fingernails for calling anything bad about AEW. But realistically, they can use that time wisely instead of these bad back session promos that no one cares about. Like, hey, let's talk to Andrade and the Andrade house family party of 5 or whatever they're called. And it's like, I didn't need that. Or Penta, evil Penta now. It is like, Penta says. I don't need that. Just give me some classic interruptions. And then give me a and stop announcing the matches. Like, make me watch it, and then I'll see what matches are happening because I'm watching it unfold. I think they just give us so much stuff to already process, and that bothers me. So, do anybody feel differently?
Yeah. So, do you think Tony Khan is like a kid on Christmas that knows what he's getting already for his gifts, and he acts shocked when he opens them? Because, like, we know the Dynamite card before the show even starts.
Yep.
And he's like, he opens it up and oh my God, it's the Sega Saturn. Oh.
How did you know? All right, you seen it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Tony Khan. I think that's us. And I think the AEW community acts like that. Or the AEW section of the IWC are like, oh my gosh, CM Punk is going to go against Anthony Bowens. And I can't wait. And then they see us like, oh my God, CM Punk win against Anthony Bowens. I'm like, yeah, we knew that. Like, I want to be watching the show and then something like kind of happens, or at least the story tells it, so that way we can speculate about the cool, fun stuff. Because that is also a part of wrestling. Wrestling's great spots. Wrestling is like suspension of belief, but it's also the storytelling and long form storytelling. It can't be just at the top where they meticulously plan these things. It has to be throughout your card. And that's the important thing. And I mean, I think that's the only thing that they really emulate WWE with. The lack of like any type of care with everybody outside of the main title picture, which WWE does horribly of injustice to. When have we seen Shinsuke had the belt for like 8 years and he defended it once or some shit. So yeah, I think AEW is also doing something similar to that, not necessarily with their championships, but more so just the sheer amount of people they have and why they're facing each other. I love Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs and then Swerve and that interaction. That's excellent. But what about 80 other 2 people is going on? I like the Jericho Appreciation Society stuff. I've turned a corner on that. I think that's dope. I think he's given 2.0 their own individual characters, and that's actually starting to work for them, and it's going to work overall. I also really like what was it? It was something that was really good that stood out to me though. Wheeler Yuta, and they gave me backstage with the best friends. That is also really good. But why it, like, even though I really like legit Layla Hirsch and I like Red Velvet.
Love Red Velvet.
Why is that happening like again? Like right now, I get it. And even that has a little bit more elements of storytelling than some of the other stuff that happens.
But they never told the story. They just said, hey, this is happening again.
Yes.
But to your Wheeler Yuta thing. Again, I thought that segment was great. Didn't know Wheeler Yuta had a voice.
He looked like a big deal when he showed up, but
he did.
Then they kind of best friended him, and I was like, okay. But
then my issue with that, like after that, was Moxley and Bryan have a match with the Varsity Blondes. Why?
Because they're long form storytelling. They're waiting. They're gonna make sure the best friends don't meet up with them until like 4 weeks from now, 5 years from now, so then they could tell it at Revolution, All In, All Out, Blackjack 21. Oh, you busted. Like, I don't know what the fuck.